So we are seeing yet another day of action-packed sporting action, especially when you look at the Asian Games in particular. India have just gotten out of jail against Nepal, a 23-run win. It's a good result, but at one point in time, Nepal were really giving our IPL superstars some nervous moments indeed. So that is the current situation in the Asian Games. You've already seen some medals come in. Canoe, for instance, the 1000-meter canoe event has seen India secure the bronze. And on top of that, you're seeing archery, compound archery dominating Indians medal as well. Because remember, you could see a 1-2 gold silver for India in the compound archery event. Even in the women's section, you're seeing a gold and a bronze potentially at this point in time. So archery is hitting the bullseye at this point in time, and it is very, very important to know what will be the medals haul later, because you are definitely surpassing Jakarta Palembang 2018. There is no doubt about that. With more medal events lined up and with 4th till 7th, morning and evening, both all those days are medal events. That is the reason why 100 medals this time in the Asian Games, it could happen. But it will be very, very touch and go at this point in time. So I'll come to the Asian Games roundup slightly later. But now, today is India versus Netherlands, the final World Cup warm-up match before we head into the 5th, where the World Cup begins. The World Cup begins on the 5th. For India, it begins on the 8th. Now, there is a lot of uncertainty over Virat Kohli, whether Virat Kohli is going to be available for this game, because remember, 2 days back, yesterday in particular, there were reports that Virat Kohli is in Mumbai and he might not play the warm-up game against the Netherlands, because for some personal reasons he had to head back to Mumbai. What are those reasons? We don't know. We will not speculate on it because nothing concrete has come out of it yet. Now, whether he will play today is a major sign of confusion, because according to some media reports, the Indian team management is insisting that Virat Kohli is going to play today, despite reports to the contrary that he is in Mumbai. Virat Kohli from Mumbai is come to Kerala, and that is why in Thiruvananthapuram today he could play. It all depends on what is the situation regarding the toss and the weather. Now here is the weather report at this point in time. India versus Netherlands. Unfortunately, in Thiruvananthapuram, you may see rain interrupt play in loads today, because it is currently raining, and according to the Met Office department, 11.2 millimeters of rain is expected in the city today. So big disappointment if that doesn't happen. India, for the second consecutive match, their World Cup warm-up match could be interrupted big time by rain. The weather for Thiruvananthapuram today is not looking good at all. So this is a big blow if you want to look at some kind of training, some kind of setup for the World Cup. Remember, from Barsapara, India have come to Thiruvananthapuram. From Thiruvananthapuram, they'll head to Chennai. Now, India's travel itinerary is so vast. In this 1 month alone, they are going to travel 15,000 kilometers. Understand this one particular aspect. 15,000 kilometers is not an easy thing to travel. But every single time, India is going to be the only nation along with England who are not playing 2 matches in one venue. At least Australia are playing 2 matches in one venue. Sri Lanka, Pakistan, New Zealand, they're all playing games in 2 matches at least in one venue. India are the only team that are traveling across the length and breadth of the country. From Barsapara all the way to Dharamshala in the north. Then you are going all the way to Ahmedabad in the west, and then down to Chennai in the south. Thiruvananthapuram, if you look at it. East, west, north, south. The entire gambit India are traveling at this point in time. So if rain does come, the frustration will mount, because remember, you've come all the way from Barsapara to Thiruvananthapuram only to see that your game has been washed out. So today, in the India versus Netherlands encounter, you are going to see rain dominate proceedings. If it doesn't rain now, maybe towards later in the night, you will see a rain interruption. Chances of a full game are very slim today. So that is the situation in Thiruvananthapuram, India versus Netherlands. But you could see action when it comes to Pakistan versus Australia in Hyderabad. Remember, today is the final day of the warm-up games. Pakistan versus Australia. Yesterday, New Zealand won their warm-up game against South Africa by 7 runs, but that was also DLS impacted in Thiruvananthapuram. England versus Bangladesh at Barsapara was also impacted by rain, and that is why England won by 6 wickets, but it was a 37 over game. That is the reason why rain in the build up to the World Cup is not good news. From Colombo to Barsapara to Thiruvananthapuram, you've seen rain follow the Indian team every single time. And remember, from next week onwards, there is a threat of rain even up here in the northern sections from the transition from summer to winter, because you might see rain come at that time also. So, bit of a disappointment. There is a lot of confusion over whether Virat Kohli is going to play today, because earlier reports had stated he may miss the World Cup warm-up game because of personal reasons in Mumbai. Now, the team management, according to several other media reports that they have carried, they are saying that he is going to play. He might play the World Cup warm-up match. So there is tremendous amount of confusion when it comes to Virat Kohli's availability today for the game against Netherlands. On the other hand, even the Netherlands versus Australia match, that also got rained out because Netherlands were on the cusp of losing. But 65 for 6, 16 overs, just 4 overs away from a full result. The rain came and that's it. No more play was possible at this point in time. So it is bad news when you look at Thiruvananthapuram. I mean, they had to be allotted certain games, but the weather is definitely not helping them. And Greenfields fans, they'll be wondering, like, this is really, really frustrating. Thiruvananthapuram is not in the list for World Cup games. Hyderabad is, Barsapara isn't. So that's why it's a bit of a damp squib feeling at this point in time. So India versus Nepal is done. That's the first quarterfinal done. In the semi-final, you're going to see India taking on the winner of the Pakistan game. That's going to happen. You could see an India-Pakistan encounter in the semi-final this time. Maybe. So that is the situation in the Asian Games today. India versus Netherlands, final World Cup game, warm-up game. And then from 5th onwards, the proper ICC ODI World Cup will begin. From 5th October till 19th November, you're going to see nothing but ODI World Cup cricket, that is about it. But before I come to the Asian Games, there was a spectacular event that happened in the world of women's cricket, and it is from the bat of Hayley Matthews. Yesterday, West Indies in Australia, not the Sydney Oval, they chased down 213 against the Southern Stars. And it was a record-breaking effort. Hayley Matthews had hit 99 in the previous game. She hit 132 of 64 balls. And it ensured the West Indies won by chasing 213 against Australia. It was one of the best efforts that you have seen at this point in time when it comes to cricket. Women's cricket in particular. West Indies batted like a team possessed. And Hayley Matthews, what a phenomenal 2 games she's had. 99 and 132. By far one of the best showings in 2023. So Hayley Matthews' 132 ensured. West Indies chased down 213. Not often you can beat the Southern Stars at home. The West Indies have just done it. And very surprisingly, after a very long time, the West Indies have beaten Australia. I mean, the last time I recollect, West Indies had beaten Australia in the final of the 2016 World T20. That happened in Kolkata. That was the last time the women's team had beaten them. So great effort from Hayley Matthews and the rest, and that's why tremendous effort indeed. Now, as far as the 15-man squad is concerned for India, you may see some players get rotated. I mean, don't read too much into a World Cup warm-up. You just are going there for practice, for some psychological barriers to be eliminated. Knowing your team composition and everything, what do you want to go? How will the approach be? That's the situation. Now, as far as Asian Games is concerned, you're seeing PV Sindhu and HS Pranoy reach the pre-quarterfinals. Men's canoe event also managed to get you a bronze medal. You're also assured of a medal in bridge, by the way. In 2018, India had won the gold in bridge. This time, you may get a medal even in bridge as well. Then you're seeing Tejaswin Shankar dominate in the Asian Games decathlon section, and he could win the gold at this point. So Tejaswin Shankar is going to be one of your main medal contenders tomorrow as well. The India men's kabaddi team have also started off brilliantly by beating Bangladesh. So canoe has gotten you a bronze. Archery in particular is hitting the bullseye. Jyoti Vendam in the final. And also, if you look at it, Ojas Praveen Devtole and everybody else also. Abhishek also there in the final. 1-2, a historic 1-2 is assured at this point in time in compound archery. Remember, compound archery is not part of the Olympics, recurve archery is. India's chances in recurve are slightly difficult because recurve is dominated by South Korea. If China is the behemoth in table tennis, South Korea are the behemoths in recurve, archery in particular. So there is even the relay races are there today. There is also going to be a lot of other medal contenders even today as well in athletics. Athletics will help you get your medal tally past 70 at this point in time. Remember, we are closing in on Jakarta Palembang. You are on course on achieving the best ever medals tally in the history of the Asian Games for India. So that itself is a significant achievement. But can they get to 100 medals? That is the key this time around. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We hope that there are no particular rain interruptions that is there. Puneet is asking me, is Shreyas Iyer also not available for this match along with Kohli? We are not aware of it, Puneet. I mean, Shreyas Iyer, Virat Kohli, whether they are available, there is a lot of confusion on that. But we first pray that there is no rain. But it is raining at this point in time, unfortunately, in Thiruvananthapuram. And Rajan then saying, please bring a food blog of Chennai like Nikhil sir did in Colombo. Well, Rajan, I have to first go there. I mean, I'm not going to any of the venues for match coverage. So that'll be difficult. But next time when I do get the opportunity, I will keep this in mind. I will definitely do a food blog whenever I go to Chennai for that matter. So that is the situation that's there. So thank you so much, folks, for we'll talk about Shardul. But what about Shardul can I talk about, Omkar? Because see, he will play most of the games. Let us be very clear about that. In the World Cup warm-ups, he will play some games. The pitches are not going to be that spin-friendly for that matter. So, Shardul Thakur will play as your number 8. That is the situation. So, Shardul will play. If the pitch is like Ekana in the IPL where it was slow, low, that time you may not see Shardul. You may get to see Ash in that. So, this is how the situation is. The final warm-up game, and from 5th onwards, New Zealand versus England, the first ICC ODI World Cup match in Ahmedabad. No opening ceremony at all in this ODI World Cup of 2023. That is the situation there. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with a lot more updates from sports today. Today is another action-packed day in the Asian Games. So stay tuned. We'll also be bringing you India versus Netherlands as well. So subscribe and tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget to download the Sports Talk mobile app. Bye-bye.